Time for the 49ers Rush Podcast. And here's your host, John Chapman.
What is going on, faithful? Welcome to another episode of the 49ers Rush Podcast, and we're doing something a little bit different, which I'm kind of excited about. If you're listening in audio, we've got extra people in the room with us, which is so exciting. We got Clayton is the man always behind the scenes, but I wanted to try something different, and shout out to this man. Got to give it up for Kilted 49er James Willick. He is the best. What's up, Jim? How we doing? And let me just give a little introduction here. The reason why he's called Kilted Niner is because he legitimately wears a kilt to the 49ers games, which is absolutely incredible. The Scottish, you can see it. He's absolutely a gentleman, great dude. So what we're going to do today, it's just a traditional podcast, but these guys are going to jump in and out and help us out with different things. Having said that, we're also going to be giving away a lot of stuff. So some trivia, we're going to be doing that, but I'm excited. So Clayton, man, how are we feeling real quick just about coming out of the bye week? How do we feel about everything with the Niners?
Well, I'll tell you this. I feel optimistic. It's not necessarily for anything that we've seen from the team. It's just we got to keep the faith, right? And I think that's just the biggest thing. You go on Twitter, you go on, call it social media, whatever, and just people, I see so much negativity, and my instant, kind of, well, not visceral, but my instant reaction is just to, just go the opposite way. And so I think if we come out, we get that win on Sunday versus the Chargers, I think we're going to just be in really good shape. Our back half schedule, I think it's a lot more favorable than the front half was, even though there were some gimmies that we dropped in the first couple of weeks there.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the thing. We had the crossover episode earlier today, which was awesome with the Chargers. If you didn't catch that, go check that. That's up on audio and YouTube. But it's not just the Niners. Lots of teams across the NFL, 10 teams in the NFC have a losing record. But all right, let's go, Kilted. What is your assessment? We got a party together in Denver, which was awesome with Navarro Bowman. How are you feeling about this Niners season so far?
Well, it's the way what we started out last year, 3-5, and now we're 4-4. So we're, a leg up from where we were last year, right?
I love it, man.
And I think adding Christian McCaffrey, getting a lot of our defensive guys back, and our offense is doing better. The offensive linemen are getting better throughout every game they play, they get a little bit better, And I like our chances. I think we can do it. There's a couple of games they're going to be. I think Seattle's going to be tougher than the first game because they're figuring it out too. They had to do some things too as well to get figured out with Geno and stuff. So we're going to have a couple of tough games in there, but I think we're easy, good to go for 10.
And that's the thing. I mean, the fact 10 out of 16 teams, right, have a losing record. 6 teams are at 500 or above. That literally, there's going to be a 9-win team that gets into the playoffs, perhaps even 8. An 8-9 record is a possibility to get into the playoffs, and that's not what you want. And the injuries have been an issue, no doubt about it, all year. Now, Kyle Shanahan had his press conference today, and man, for the first time in a long time, listen to the head coach go through the injury report.
Injuries for today: Armstead will not practice, foot, ankle. Sampson, quad and Achilles won't practice. Greenlaw, calf limited. Verrett, knee limited. That's all I got today.
And I think the biggest thing was the people not mentioned, because full practice participant: Debo, Jennings, Kyle Juszczyk, limited, Greenlaw, Verrett. Now, Armstead, and I saw this in the chat, this was brought up. He's got some issues. There's no doubt about it. It's a hairline fracture in his fibula. And again, they're different feet. His left fibula, he's got a hairline fracture. His right foot is going through plantar fasciitis. So it's just bad on bad, but they're hoping next week. We knew he wasn't going to be back this week. I think next week is probably going to be the week. The biggest surprise to me was Sampson. He got hurt Monday. which, man, it sucks the way that it is. But the good news is you're loaded at that defensive end position. Jordan Willis, they just activated his practice window, which gives him 3 weeks, which is huge. He was on IR, so you're getting back some help. I'm pretty sure Charles Omenihu would probably start if Sampson couldn't go. But again, very positive. And, again, just I want to stick with this. The difference with the 49ers now having CMC, having a full week of practice and all that they could do. I'm really excited about this, and so is Kyle Shanahan.
I don't think Christian changes much of that. People know how big of a threat he is, and they know how much they better bring it when he goes. And I don't necessarily look at it as if you don't get that big one, then those yards per carry aren't going to be that good because we don't give it to him a ton. And we haven't gotten that big one yet. I think we got a big one versus Seattle, which was one of our worst looks that we had, and he made the first guy miss and went 50-something. But he hasn't had that good look, just hit it clean to the house. And when you don't get that, it's tough to get a big one unless you keep handing it to him. And people are doing a pretty good job making sure they have safeties there.
And that's just the way it's going to be, because the way that this 49ers offense can attack everything, you got 5 studs out there. Elijah Mitchell's back, Debo's back, CMC, you got Kittle, who's just a freak, Ayuk. You can go on and on. It's going to be exciting to say the least, which I'm pumped about. Now, I feel like George Kittle's coming off like 4 straight amazing games. Let me ask you guys this just quickly. Kilted, do you see Kittle continuing this kind of stretch?
As long as they don't need him to be a blocker.
Well,
I think at the beginning of the season, he wasn't getting as much action because he had to stay back to block. Because that offensive line wasn't that great. So as long as they're doing the better that offensive line does without him as a blocker, I think the more opportunity he's going to have to go out there and make some stuff happen.
Yeah, I think that's key. And I think Kyle Juszczyk coming back helps out a lot too, because he could be in there. And if you remember back when we had a bunch of running back injuries, Kyle Juszczyk was the 3rd down back. Remember, they'd keep him back there to help protect. And so if you could do that, Jeff Wilson has kind of been doing that for the 49ers all year. But now there's different ways. You don't always have to block to stop a pass rush with a running back, because with CMC or Debo back there, they can just literally turn around and get that screen ball or whatever. And so I think that the need to help your offensive line just be consistent to keep Jimmy Garoppolo up, I think it's diminished greatly. I really, really do. So, and on top of that, let's be honest. Khalil Mack's incredible. There's no doubt. I mean, he's great. There's no Joey Bosa. They just lost their starting defensive tackle as well. This is not a scary defense when you're looking at a pass rush perspective. Derwin James can spice it up for sure. But it's nothing that's just like quote unquote amazing. It's just not there. So now what I do want to do real quick word from our sponsor, and then we're going to jump into our trivia. I'll be going through the details on that. So get your phones ready, but real quick, if you haven't been betting with us, oh man, I don't know what you're waiting for. And this week's going to be awesome. You know sports and you pick winners all the time, so why not get paid for them at MyBookie? MyBookie has the biggest online selection of odds, contests for all your sporting and betting needs anytime, anywhere. You can bet on NFL, NCAA, or, this is pretty fun, I love this, you can bet for the fences buy on the all-new money bag. So what happens is it's a one-of-a-kind type of opportunity. You just place your bet, spin the wheel, and you get ready to score epic odds on teams, athletes, events, all those things. It just increases those. So it's like a bonus spin to give you even better payouts and better odds, better chances to win. All you got to do is sign up for free today. Use promo code 49ERS or scan the QR code next to me, and you can claim a deposit match of any amount up to $1,000. Again, that's promo code 49ERS to claim your deposit bonus. It's not just a sports book. It's a community. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. All right, it is time to give stuff away. It's what we do, and we're going to give you plenty of time to get to where you got to be so you don't have to rush. All you got to do on your computer or your phone, Go to kahoot.it. And then you don't have to download an app. You don't have to do anything. And then you're going to enter in this code 216-2999. Okay, 216-2999. And if you're not listening or watching live, that's okay. Let's see. You can try to answer these questions in your head. We'll see who can do well. Now, what are you playing for? That's a good question. You are competing for a custom Levi's jacket, 49ers jacket, which is just awesome. We gave away one last night as well on Patreon. We always do extra stuff on Patreon for sure. It's just kind of who we are. So if you want to win this bad boy, all you got to do, we've already got a couple people in there. We'll give you a couple of minutes to log in, kahoot.it, and then use code 216-2999. Now, all right, I got to ask you, Clayton, the 49ers and the Chargers, I feel like this game doesn't carry as much weight as far as playoff implications because it's not a conference game. It's not a division game. But at the same time, this is a big-time primetime Sunday night football against a quality playoff opponent. On a scale of 1 to 10, Clayton, where would you put this at on a must-win level?
On a must-win level, I'm in agreement. It's not make or break. It's not gonna derail the entire season if they were to come out with a loss. But I do think anytime you get the bright lights on, especially when you got the whole country watching, you want to come out with a win. So I would probably put it, let's call it like a 6, maybe a 6.5 if we're really pushing it.
Oh, that's the number that was in my head as well, where I'd see that. So, James, what about you? If you had to give a 1 to 10 grade as far as must win, what would you put on this one?
As far as playoff implications, I don't think it's that big a deal. However, I think if they lose it, it does it. You know, they started they went into the bye week with a huge win. I think if they come out of it with a loss, that kind of hurts the momentum that they've had. So I think as far as that goes, I kind of put it where you guys did, as far as a 5 or a 6, 5, 6-ish, as far as playoff implications. But I think they need to win it for them,
right?
To show that they can stay out of their own way, because they're their own worst enemies a lot of times, especially these games that they should be winning. So I think that's the key right there.
Well said, man. Well said. All right, we're about to get started trivia. If you are struggling to get in there, just throw up in the chat. Just say, hold on just a second. I don't want to move on without you. Now, a couple things, the way this works, I'm going to ask a question. You just have to answer. You get 4 options. The faster you answer, the higher the score. There's only one winner. I think we have 7 or 8 questions. Kahoot.it, enter code 216-2999. I'm not seeing anybody that's throwing up in the chat that they need more time, so we're going to get started. Ooh, I see Juan Solis in there. Big Papa. I love it, man. Coach Cruz, Marcus. We got a lot of studs in there, bro. Montana. I love this. All right, getting started. Haven't seen anybody else. Let's go for a 49ers custom jacket. 3, 2, 1. All right, question number 1 of 8. Which team did the 49ers trade up with to get Trey Lance? Red, Eagles, blue, Dolphins, yellow, Bears, green, Cowboys. Who did the 49ers trade up with? That's right. We're bouncing around, some easy, some not so easy. Everybody got it correct. You see, here's the problem. You guys all watch the show, so you know your stuff. And you can see the different scores. That shows you the faster you answer, the more you're going to know. Coach Cruz was runner-up yesterday. So here we go. Question number 2. Who was the first left-handed quarterback to play for the 49ers? Red, Frankie Albert. Yellow, Steve Young. Blue, Steve Young. Yellow, Y.A. Tittle. Green, John Brody. Who was the first left-handed quarterback to play for the 49ers? The youngsters are struggling on this one for sure. Oh, there we go. Not bad. A lot of actually really bad. Nobody got it correct. Everybody voted Steve Young. The correct answer is Frankie Albert. Frankie Albert. There we go. We're going to learn today. So see, Clayton, they're not all easy. Everybody got the first one. Nobody got the second one. Yeah.
I'll admit.
I love it. Oh, look at this. JD is saying that Coach Cruz won yesterday with Wayne, or earlier today. Yeah, Coach Cruz knows his stuff. There's no doubt about it. And the score doesn't change. Number 3, here we go. Counting 2022, how many years has Shanahan been the head coach of the 49ers? Red 5, blue 6, yellow 7, green 8. How many years, counting this year, has he been with the 49ers? This is a fun one. I can see people counting in their head, right? Like, wait, he came that year, this year, this year, that year, that year, this year. The correct answer is 6. About half of you guys got it correct. And I think it's interesting. You go back and look at before Shanahan, that seems like almost a different team. I think we have 2 players. Jimmy Ward was here. Dante Johnson was here. Eric Armstead was here. I think that's it. Is there anybody else I'm missing? I think it's just
Not
those
off the
3,
top
right?
of my head. No. I think you got it.
Jordan Matthews, baby.
There you go.
He's on IR. All right, let's see how we're doing here. Scoreboard. Oh, we got a new leader. Mikey G jumped up into first place. Coach Cruz second. Andy Weist in third place. Here we go. Let's see here. True or false? Buck Shaw was the 49ers' first head coach. Blue true, red false. Buck Shaw was the 49ers' first head coach. Ooh, I like mixing these up. Oh, Josh, look at Josh. He says, I like these questions. Do you know why Josh likes these questions? Because Josh made up about the majority of them. He is the man. So shout out to Josh there. The correct answer is true. Buck Shaw was the 49ers' first head coach. So we are learning a little bit of history in this, which is good. Mikey G, Jude, Coach Cruz falls to 3. Let's see if Mikey G can hold on to this one. Here we go. Question 5. Only player to win 3 Super Bowls with 3 separate teams. Red, Charles Haley. Blue, Ken Norton Jr. Yellow, Matt Millen. Green, Deion Sanders. Only player to win 3 Super Bowls with 3 different teams. Ooh. Shout out to my man, Rick. He came up with this question. He DM'd me. And if you ever have trivia questions you want to be put in here, let me know. We do this everywhere we go for all the Rush road trips too. Correct answer, Matt Millen. He won 1 with the 49ers. He won, oh man, what were the other teams? I think 1 with the Raiders. And then he won another one but he didn't play in it. He got injured like right before, but he got the Super Bowl ring. Anyway, that's Matt Millen. Charles Haley, he had 1 with the 49ers and Cowboys. Same with Deion and same with Ken Norton. So there we go. Let's see here. Oh, still staying the same up top. Mikey G, Joe Cool, and Jude. We got a couple more questions. Number 6. What was the score when we beat the Rams this year? The last game, 24-9, 31-14, 21-10, 23-13. The last most recent game against the Rams, what was the score? Boom, 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 boom. Most recent game. Oh, this is good. It's a trick one because I put the score from the previous one on there too. So we're going to see this one. Now, oh, here we go. Yeah, correct answer. 31-14. Same old sorry ass Rams. And I think this is important too. And I was talking about this on the crossover episode. There it is, Juan. I love it. Same old sorry ass Rams. Jimmy Garoppolo and Kyle Shanahan have dominated this defense. It's the exact same defense that they had, in 2019 and 2020 in LA. And then he went for the Rams and now there. With all their injuries too, I really feel there's a lot of confidence offensively. Getting back all those players, the scheme, going against this. The NFL's a matchup league, and our offense against their defense, I feel very, very confident. I feel very, very confident. Now, Justin Herbert makes me not feel confident about anything in life, but that's the wild card there. All right, Joe Cool's in first place by a lot. I think we got 2 questions left. Number 7, who was the Rams' last first-round pick? Red, Aaron Donald. Blue, Greg Robinson. Yellow, Jared Goff. Green, Todd Gurley. Who was the Rams' last first-round pick they selected? They've been trading all those picks. I don't know if you guys saw this. They just cut their third-round pick from a few years ago. Yeah, it's easy to do the F them picks whenever your picks never really hit. I like Daryl. Daryl knew the answer. I don't think he's in the thing, but he knew the Rams score. Correct answer, Jared Goff, who is no longer on the team. Actually, almost none of these players. Aaron Donald's still there. Greg Robinson gone. Todd Gurley retired. Jared Goff probably soon to be a backup somewhere. He's been bad. All right, here we go. Last question. Joe Cool still in first place for the jacket. Question 8 of 8. The 49ers defense ranks where in yards allowed in 2022? Red first, blue second, yellow third, green fourth. Where do the 49ers defense rank in yards allowed so far this season? Ooh. This is going to be the determining factor right here. Ooh. Couple more answers coming in as this ticks down. Correct answer. They are first. There we go. Clayton, did you get it?
I got it.
Clayton got it.
Finally.
So let's see. Third place. I want to give a shout out to Marcus coming in third place. Very, very nice. Second place, Chunder Boy. And first place and winner of a brand new custom 49er jacket, Joe Cool. What's up, man? Congratulations. That was awesome. That was awesome. That was fun. So, Joe Cool, what I need you to do is just DM me, or you can just email me, 49ersrushpodcast@gmail.com. And we will get you, I'll get your information, all that stuff. I got to send out the one to the Patreon winner. Shout out to Danson. She won, which was really, really cool. But yeah, let us know what you thought about this and kind of this show just in general. I know it's a different type of platform and we're doing things differently, but we want to know what works and we want to know what doesn't. So Juan, he says, you always humble me with the trivia. The funny thing is, I wouldn't know a lot of those questions. I would have missed one. I would have missed the left-handed quarterback. I would have missed Matt Millen. I would have missed those two for sure. So shout out to Josh who helps us with that one. Now, couple things just with where the 49ers are now. And I want to ask both you guys this. Defensively, what do you do with Jason Verrett? I'm going to allow Kyle Shanahan to kind of walk us through the Jason Verrett status. And then I want to hear from you guys if you think he's going to play this week or if it's going to be one more week until we got to wait to see Jason Verrett.
I thought he was real close when we considered him last week or 2 weeks ago. I know he was here for a lot of the time when we were away. I know he did some stuff down on his own where he goes. And so I expect him to be further away this week. I'll see him out there in about an hour, but hopefully it's closer.
So, Kilted, do we see Jason Verrett play against his old team this week? I saw you shaking the head. I saw the back.
I said no, but then I think, well, it's his old team, so maybe they'll let him in for a play or two just to see how he does.
You know he's begging.
Yeah.
Coach, I'm ready. Coach, I'm ready. Coach, I'm ready.
They might let him in for a few plays, I think.
A few plays?
I'm begging to see him play too. It would be great to see him back out there. I mean, gosh,
you got to see how take the training wheels off one of these days and let him see how he is.
Yep. There's only, so many weeks left in the season. Quite a few, but still. It'll be good to get him out there again. Will it be this week? That's a harder question to answer. If I were the coach, I'd hold him out. I'd hold him out another week. You just don't want to risk it, especially with, I don't want to call him injury prone because I think that's just a disservice to any player, but he has dealt with a long, basically laundry list of injuries. And the more that they can do to prevent those injuries from occurring, even if that means holding them out of a couple games longer than maybe they otherwise would, I think it's worth it.
Well, I think they already have. They've held him out forever. And, I think they rotate him in for a couple of plays. I think they give him an option. I think they do. They give him an opportunity.
And like I'll say this, the fact that he was limited today, they're doing the 1 day on, 1 day limited, 1 day on, 1 day limited. And I think that's kind of key. Big Papa says, he says, hey, smart guy, said they should let him in a couple series, maybe one of the third quarter. That's what I would like. Some smart guy said that. I don't know who. He probably got red cheeks. Sticking with Big Papa, he says, John just got tickets to the game. Me and my brother are heading down there. Is there a good group you can that can join them? Here's what I would say. And I've gone to several games at Santa Clara. The blue lot is by far the most welcoming place. Now, it's a little further from the stadium, but here's what you do. You just buy a 6-pack of beer. I don't care what it is. And you just walk up and say, hey, you guys mind if we join you? I got some beer to share, and you're in. Now, if they say no, there's one next to it. There's one next to it. There's one next to it. But trust me this. If you just show up, just, hey, guys, we're looking to party, it works out, man. But that's just me. That's always been my philosophy, because I used to go to these games by myself even before I started the podcast, because the wife works weekends. And so I just go. I'd show up with a six-pack, and sure enough, always found awesome people to link up with. The faithful's legit. And anyway, that's what I would do. So that's
People
always
love
my
free
thoughts.
beer. People love free beer, John.
Just
Just a
saying.
fact.
And
Free
man, the
beer.
tailgate scene at Levi's is pretty freaking solid. I ain't gonna lie.
Poppin'. Oh yeah.
I go to a lot of the games at different stadiums, and there's some fun ones, but man, Levi's pretty legit. But yeah, just walk around with some beer, you'll have a good time. What's up, Perk? I love it. JD says, can't confirm Blue Lot is where it's at, and the Blue Lot's where we're gonna be for the game, the Miami Dolphins in December. Also, got to throw this up there. We got a separate set of rooms set aside at the Marriott, the Santa Clara Marriott, which is like right in the parking lot. So you can save $80 a night. That link is on 49ersrushroadtrip.com. Click on get tickets, scroll down to the Miami game. If you just open up, whether it's the tailgate or the night before Miami party, just click on it. You'll see the link there. You don't have to buy a ticket from me. I'm just sharing that. So we reserved, I think we got like 50 rooms. So you click on that link and you can get your room. That's how I got mine. Save $80 a night. And if you're driving, you can leave your car at the Marriott and then just walk to the Blue Lot and walk back from the game. So you don't have to pay for parking. And two, that's where the 49ers stay. And you're going to get to see lots of the 49ers coming in and out and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, Coach Cruz, he's the one that put me up on this place. The Marriott is where all the players stay at. It's perfect. He's got all these pictures of his kids meeting all the players, just hanging out in the lobby. So we're trying to set you guys up, save money, have a good time, all those things. So that's there for you guys if you want to check that out. 49ersrushroadtrip.com. So, and again, just more Patreon updates. We do have our Jerry Rice Tier Zoom Hangout meeting this Sunday. It's going to be a late one. Right as soon as the Sunday night football game's over, we're going live here, and then we will be going there. And we also have our bonus episode with the 49ers Rush Cutback crew. That's going to be tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. So that's what we got. Clayton, do we have any more questions, comments that I haven't seen in there? Sorry, I haven't been trolling the chat as well as I usually do that we want to get to. If not, I've got a couple planning meetings for some Rush road trips, so we're going to be bouncing out of here a little early. But, man, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I got to say, Kilted, I feel better having you guys here. This is awesome. So I've enjoyed this. I know it's the first kind of rough draft time, but this is awesome. Now, real quick, James, before we get out of here, I've been looking forward to this. Can you share with us how you became a 49ers fan?
Oh, yeah. Sophomore year of high school, I was sitting in draft class with another guy, and I didn't watch football a lot when I was always out doing other stuff. But so I'm sitting there, I'm talking to this guy next to me, and he's going, "So who you like in the Super Bowl?" And I said, "I don't know, who's playing?" And he goes, "Well, the Dolphins and the 49ers. And I said, "Well, who's the underdog?" And he goes, "Well, the 49ers are the underdogs." And I said, "Shit, I'll take the 49ers then." And since then, they won ever since. That's where I've been a 49er fan.
Dude, I love it, man.
That's awesome.
You know, I ask that question all the time. Anytime, you know, whenever you meet all these new fans and listeners of the show, which is really, really cool, fans of the 49ers, and no two stories are alike. And it's just such a beautiful thing. And Clayton, what about you, boss man? I think we shared it before on the show, but I'd love to hear it again. How'd you become a Niners fan?
Well, luckily for me, I was born into the right side of the family. My family's pretty much split through the middle. Niners fans on one side, Raiders fans on the other side. So I'm just saying, shout out to my Uncle Rob, by the way, but no Raiders for me. No, sir. So, always been a 49ers guy. Before we get out of here, I want to get one question in here. It's from Josh. Josh asks, does the game come down to who has a better game between CMC and Austin Eckler?
Man, I think both those, they're two of the best. I'd put them two and Kamara probably in a class of their own, as far as like maybe Saquon too, as these guys that can just do everything, that could be wide receivers if they weren't running backs. They're that good. I think they're both going to have great games. Having said that, I think the only way that the Chargers win this game is by Herbert throwing the ball downfield. I really, really do. I think that is the concern. If the Chargers are going to try to dink and dunk and just use Eckler underneath passes, I don't think they win. I really, really don't, because it's going to be similar to how Cooper Kupp, right? Like Cooper Kupp gets all his catches against us, but if they don't get that downfield, I don't think they have a chance. Now, if you look at this 49ers defense and who they've struggled with the most, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, those kind of big armed quarterbacks that can stretch the field down the field. So Eckler's going to get his, and he's a stud, but no, it's Herbert or we got it. Herbert's got to have a game. And he's got to be throwing that ball, stretching it out all over the place. And if he doesn't do that, then I'm telling you right now, I don't think that's going to work out. So I just don't see it. Big Papa asked this: is Kilted Scottish? What clan does he come from? Share the story. I love the artwork on the arms too, my friend.
Yeah, it's McGregor clan. My family is a sept of the McGregor clan, and so I just kind of those are the colors I wear at the game. Well, at the games, because of the colors, they kind of match with 49ers red and black, and no gold, of course, but also when I'm competing, I wear McGregor.
Now, you said competing. These are the Scottish games, right?
Yes. Yeah. Throw the caber and the weight over bar and all that stuff. Yeah.
I love it, man. That's so cool. This dude's a total badass, man. I ain't gonna lie. Perk says Eckler's gonna get baptized. I will say this: it is not the best matchup for a receiving back against the 49ers. Not if Azeez is back. Not if Drake Greenlaw's got limited practices, because that's huge. Absolutely huge. And Jimmy Ward, who knows? You have no clue. Nobody knows what the 49ers are going to do personnel-wise with Jimmy Ward back. Is he going to be the nickel? Is he going to be the third linebacker? Is he going to be the safety? We know he's going to be out there. But how this unfolds this week, no clue. It's going to be a fun one, but there's a lot of what ifs. So we'll just have to wait and see that. We've got our upcoming episode as well, just the complete preview, which Coach Cruz helps me out with. So excited for that one. But man, Kilted, just want to say thank you. Clayton, just want to say thank you. Any closing remarks, Clayton, before we jump out of here?
I got nothing. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Come see us again tomorrow at 1 o'clock. We got the man himself, Brian from Legit Football. Yeah, come hang out with us. 1 p.m. That's going to be 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Lovely.
And so tomorrow's a crazy day. I'm a guest on Wayne's channel in the morning at 8. We've got our Patreon extra bonus episode at 10. We've got Brian NFC West Watch at 1. And then I'm a guest on Ted's show at 3. So we got 4 shows to catch us on tomorrow. We're going to be going. Kilted, my friend, thank you for your introductory episode. Definitely won't be your last. Any closing remarks before we jump out of here?
Oh, no, man. I just had a great time. And just want to remind everybody, if you'd like to win prizes, then you hit that like button. As soon as you hit that hashtag CC, hit that like button, man. Help this guy out.
Dude,
like I told him,
I will
he's
say
a fan of the fans, so that's why we all love him, man, because he loves us. So,
dude, fan of the fans. He's the one that came up with that. I freaking love that. Fan of the fans. Love joining your lives, John, and the 2 other guests. Much love, fellas. Thanks, Perk. Positivity all around. And, I'll say this. The likes, unfortunately, that's like a part of the algorithm and getting more viewers and subscribers and stuff. So it does help the show. Doesn't cost anything. So in the future, when you do that hashtag CC, just like James said, hit that like button. It does help us out. But thank you guys. Hopefully you had fun. And let us know. Give us some feedback. Email us 49ersrushpodcast@gmail.com. Hey, like the trivia. Maybe do it this way, do it that way, whatever. We're always open to suggestions. But that's going to do it for us. Thank you, Clayton. Thank you, Kilted. And until next time, stay strong, faithful.